We are live.
Okay, good morning slash afternoon, everyone. Hey, I'm Robbie Brody, going to be the acting chair for the day on this subcommittee because our chair, Alex Lawrence, is traveling. So let's see, first things first. Ms. Garcia, could you do a roll call for us?
Yes. Dr. Bolton?
Here.
Robert Brody?
Here.
Dr. Cowell?
Here.
Alex Chan?
Here.
Kareem Gongora?
Here.
Ashley Silva Guzman?
Here.
Alex Lawrence? David Torres? We have a quorum.
Okay, great. Let me briefly provide the public comment procedure for our meeting. The State Bar of California welcomes public comment at all of its meetings and appreciates listening to a wide range of viewpoints that reflect the diversity of California. These public comment rules are designed to ensure that members of the public may exercise their right to be heard, as well as ensure that the State Bar is able to fulfill its obligation to conduct business on behalf of the people of California in a timely fashion. Members of the public were encouraged to submit written public comment at least 24 hours prior to the start of the meeting. Written public comment received less than 24 hours prior to the start of the meeting will be distributed the following business day. With respect to oral public comment, our coordinator, Ms. Garcia, will call members of the public in the order that they raise their hands. Staff will enable the microphone of the speaker and start the timer when you begin to speak. Today, the subcommittee will need time to deliberate on the topics that it will be discussing, so we will limit public comment to 3 minutes per person. For those of you who are participating by Zoom video, you should have a function for virtually raising your hand. It's a hand icon and should appear at the bottom center of your screen. If you wish to make a public comment, please click on that. For those participating by phone, you may virtually raise your hand by pressing *9. That's the star key and the number 9. The coordinator will call members of the public in the order that they identify raised hands and will enable the microphones of the speakers. So let's begin our public comment period. Ms. Garcia, are there any public members that wish to make a comment this morning?
Yes, Ray Hayden.
Okay, then Ray Hayden, please go ahead. Your microphone is open to us.
Thank you. On your end, I hope that somebody can adjust my sound down. I keep trying to get it right. And
you sound fine.
Thanks for the timer. I love that timer. Okay. Hi, Ray Hayden here. Continue to discuss my suggestion for an admissions process which has the following goals and objectives. It erases expenses for locations, proctors, graders, software licenses, and other costs and fees associated with the current bar exam. Move the process to be completely remote by using the current portal system that we already use. This process has the goal to assure greater protection for the general public, assure greater competence levels in newly licensed lawyers, and guarantee a more diverse and balanced California bar membership. Specifically, the program will save almost instantly the California bar millions and millions of dollars, okay? And this can be established and be up and running in time for the February 2024 California bar exam. How? The California bar creates a series of modules which are designed from the ground up to enhance our mastery of the vital issues that newly licensed lawyers need to be competent in. California bar has a fantastic history of making great programs. I've experienced a couple of them myself, and even live presentations have gone off, just blow my mind. The various subject area modules are all created at the same time, saving even more time, and they're managed, controlled, and evolved by the California bar. The modules will be designed to drill this information into our long-term memory. These would include quizzes and an exam on each module. The quizzes are designed to drive information into our long-term memory, just like me repeating that sentence, as well as to aid performance on the module exam, which is also designed to lock information into our long-term memory. There is no need to limit subjects like we do already. We have to shift around which subjects may or may not be tested. There's no need to limit that. You can do more because it's not over just 2 days. All of the most important subjects, which the various entities around the state of California can conclude need to be to the newly licensed lawyer when they're hit the ground ready to go, should be included. They should be included. Nothing should be limited. I am available for discussion and assisting in how this sort of program works. I'm not selling anything. I don't need any money. And this is already in use by a number of entities. I created mine for my own business, but the Federal Aviation Administration uses this same technique for their written exams, which are numerous in subjects from private pilots, commercial drone operators, and even parachute riggers. The study of law, prepping for and passing the bar exam is not the actual practice of law. And this admission process can change that. I thank you very much for your time and consideration, and have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mr. Hayden. And I think we have one more speaker, Ms. Garcia. It looks like it's Mr. Cohn.
Yes, Benjamin Cohn.
Go ahead, sir. You have the floor, the virtual floor.
Hello, thank you. I wanted to bring to your attention a new technological development that should be available to deploy at bar exam testing facilities even for July 2023 to reduce the chances that another COVID super spreader happens, as has happened at all the in-person bar exams since you returned in person in 2022. The product is called ViroBorn Plus by Opteev, spelled OPTEEV. It is sort of like a smoke alarm analogous thing. It has air recirculation by a sensor, and within 5 minutes, it can tell if an infectious concentration of COVID, flu, or RSV is present in the air and alarm within a certain range of feet. So if you deploy that in certain intervals of feet in the main test centers or within a private room for applicants assigned to a private or semi-private room, you can, without needing to prophylactically test all applicants, be able to verify to at least a reasonable degree of confidence that the space is safe for those applicants to be taking the bar exam. And if it's not safe, maybe you would have substitute proctors if it's a private room and a different space they could be moved to without losing time in order to, especially for those who are immunocompromised or have other disabilities. I strongly urge the State Bar to prophylactically put that as part of the equipment for running the exam. It is just under $300 per device, which I don't know how many would be needed for a large space, but only one would be needed for a given private room. And that could be reused over a certain number of times for multiple exam cycles. I think you do have to replace the consumable after 2 weeks of operation, but I don't think it's that much as an added operational cost. And I also wanted to thank the staff for clarifying the number of test sites for the testing accommodation option is 3 and not 1 for the proposal for February, including the State Bar's offices, rather than calling it a test site in the last presentation. I'm still concerned about the implementation of remote so that testing accommodation applicants get equal access to the advantages of remote testing if it's offered to anyone. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Okay, Viviana, I think that's the end of our public commenters. Thank you to those that participated this morning. We're going to conclude our open session at this time and move to closed session to discuss the private business of today's meeting. So I'll ask everyone, members and staff, to join me in the closed session, and we will return to the open session to complete it once we're done. So thanks, everyone. See you members in a moment. Okay. Hey, Dr. Cat, how'd you get back in here so fast? Oh my goodness. All right. Let me just turn my video on here. So this is Robbie Brody, the acting chair of the subcommittee on accommodations. Our business is concluded. So I'm going to conclude our open session. And I thank everyone very much for participating, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay. All right. Thanks very much.